At musika ang hanap mo, huwag nang lalayo pa. Lahat ay nandito, pati trainings mo, my friends ka pa. Wala nang hahanapin, tatlong letra piliin, sundin mo ang pangarap mo. Halika na piliin, tulungan ka namin, abutin mo ang pangarap mo. Ganyan kami sagad, isang pamilya, isang musika. Ganyan kami sagad, wala ka na talagang hahanapin pa. Wala nang hahanapin, tatlong letra piliin, ikaw mo ang pangarap mo. Halika na't matuto, sundin ang iyong puso. Ikaw mo, ikaw mo, ikaw mo ang pangarap mo. Mag-enjoy ka pa sa mga moments mo pang nandirito ka. Habang nagvo-vocalize o natututo ng instrumento. Wala nang hahanapin, tatlong letra piliin, sundin mo ang pangarap mo. Halika na piliin, tutulungan ka namin, abutin mo ang pangarap mo. Ganyan kami sagad, isang pamilya, isang musika.
Yes, ayan. Welcome everyone and shout out sa lahat na nandito ngayon. We are simultaneously live dito sa GAV Community FB page. Yan, tayo TV FB, mali. GAV Community FB page, J. Mendoza, Joseph Mendoza page, FB page. Ayan, medyo nagbago tayong konti. And GAV page YouTube channel. Shout out everyone. And shout out to Miss Etilyn Dakotan. Ayan, dito sa GAV page YouTube channel. Miss Jovelyn Tago sa Gliba Sabion. Shower out, of course. Ayan, maraming salamat. Hello po, Sir Vic. Hello din sa iyo. Ayan, maraming salamat. And to my Sisi Atina Alcantara from Bristol, UK. Shout out. Hello, Sisi and GAVarkadz. Love the intro. You like it? It was actually especially made by David. Ayan. So, Chika Vlog on YouTube. Ayan. Please, dikitan natin. Samahan natin ang aking Sisi Atina from UK. Chika Vlog. Ayan. Maraming salamat. And guys, let us share this live stream para mas marami pa tayong makakwentuhan, makausap sa ating topic with our mentor all the way from London, Miss Lynn Malaluan. Dito sa topic natin, pera-pera ba yan? Hindi rin yung pera-pera lang yan. At hindi rin pwedeng pera-pera na din. So, ngayong hapon, we shall learn from our mentor regarding our topic, money, money, money. Paano kung wala na tayong pera? Paano kung wala talaga tayong pera? Ako talaga lagi sinasabi, God will provide. Di ba? Ayan. Hello, Sir Joseph Mendoza from Chika Vlog. And of course, Nanay Carol Cabaltica. Magandang hapon po. Ayan. Well done, David Mendoza. Shout out to David. Of course, hello po, Sir B. Good afternoon. Hello sa inyo, Julius, at sa inyong buong angkan. And to your brother also in Saudi Arabia. And to your beautiful sisters and your handsome brother. And to your mom and your dad, shower out, of course, over there in Mabayuan. Hello, Miss Lynn Malaluan from Sisi Atina Alcantara. Ayan. Hello, Regine Garciano pala. Kala ko Garcia. Ayan, medyo nakatinggol yung hair ko ngayon. Para hindi na ako maghawi-hawi ng hair, napapagod na ako. So anyway, sa backstage sa ating mentor this afternoon, makikinig lang din ako sa kanya. Siya kasing natin dito. Ang tawag sa akin, operator, technical control, moderator, ano pa ba ang tawag sa akin? Panggulo. At saka magtatanong din ako later. So GAVarkadz, at saka taga-shoutout ako, okay? Ayan. So Queenie Bazaar, shoutout and welcome. Ito na, GAVarkadz all the way from London, UK. Ngayon doon ay alas 9:09 ng umaga. Let us all welcome our mentor, Miss Lynn Malaluan. Palakpakan. Hello, Ma'am Lynn. Kumusta na po kayo?
Hello, 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 Philippines and the rest of the world from the UK. Good morning, good afternoon in the Philippines.
Yes.
And thank you so much for having me one more time. Thank you so much for that introduction, Sir Vic. Thank you very, very much. So guys, I'm just so excited being with you today. And every Tuesday, I'm kind of like, oh my God, I'm going to have these wonderful people around me. And I am just
Ayan, medyo mahina talaga yung internet nila,
Really.
guys,
So
doon. Yan.
today, and I think one of pasensya na po sa internet natin. Okay, I'm just trying to also try to join from from Facebook. So guys, very important topic yung money, no? And when it comes
Yan yung money.
money, yeah. So you know, money is not everything, sabi nila, but it's really close, the one closest to oxygen.
Yes, kung walang pira, di na makahinga. Kung walang pira,
Yes.
mainit ang ulo. Kung walang pira, walang pamili. Ayan. At bago tuluyang
Totoo
magsalita
yan.
pa mentor, ayan. Sige, ma'am.
Okay
Ayan,
lang,
gusto ko
okay
lang
lang.
i-welcome
So,
yung mga kasama pa natin. Oo,
yes,
bago ka
please,
tuluyang
yes,
magsalita.
please. Yes,
Ayan.
please.
Yes, shout out to Ma'am Linda Adnil. Ayan, hello po Ma'am Linda. Welcome again. Ayan. And to Queen Bazaar and to Maria Taulian, shout out of course. Ma'am Linda, shout out ulit. Wow, si Ma'am Linda dito ulit. Hello Sir Vic, magandang hapon from GM Villanueva. Hello din sa iyo. Ayan. Kay Ma'am King Tugade. Ayan. Hello Ma'am King. Ayan, nandito ang ating mentor. To Wendelin Tapales, shower out. And to Jobel Reynoso. Magandang hapon. Desiree, Sophie Kadaying, dito lahat sila sa GAVpage YouTube channel ang mga lifers. Shout out to the lifers group. Hello, GAVarkadz from Nanay Carol Cabaldica. Hello, Lynn Malaluan from CC Atin, of course. And to Queenie Loleng Rirao. Hello, mga GAVarkadz. Kumusta na po at belated happy birthday sa inyong binata. Ayan. And Ma'am Lynn, it's your time again. Please proceed.
And so, thank you guys, and thank you very much for supporting the channel and supporting the session. So, yeah, it's so important really to talk about something that, you know, we all need, but sometimes, somehow, I find very hard to talk about money kasi para siyang very private, very personal, and para siyang yung merong taboo. When you talk about money, I don't have enough money, parang you don't really want to talk about you don't have enough. Although some people are quite vocal that they don't have enough. So you'll have different streams of individuals na meron tayong kanya-kanyang perspective about money. Definitely, I can share with you, in our household, we have a very open conversation when it comes to money. Bakit? Kasi we try to be as open as we can. However, ma'am ako na, I have a 20-year-old son and 21. And I think yung age group na yon, he is kind of not millennial, Gen Z, he is a Gen Z. And they struggle to talk about money. They find it like it's like a taboo. Like, I don't want to be talking about money. Nauobliga ako. Parang ganon. So when we talk about dreams, usually the dreams will be corresponding to your career, or maybe it'll correspond to your what's the next thing to level up. Mapapansin natin na, parang nauobliga ba? Parang na-force ka. So, in my personal experience, meron siyang mix. There's a mix of emotion when it comes to money. So, you know, and some friendships also, they will say, okay, I can't talk about money with my parents. I can't talk about money with my friends. I don't want them to know I don't have enough. So, dito na po mapasok yung mindset natin na, hang on a second, I don't look the part, or maybe mababa lang yung tingin nila sa akin kung wala akong pera, or maybe ganitong iisipin nila. So we have a lot of stories about money. And when we didn't get it right in the beginning, it's very likely na yung mindset natin about money becomes downward spiral, or becomes like, it becomes overwhelming. Dumadami yung mga hindi magandang story about money, and it almost becomes like a jail sentence, right? So I would invite people to ask questions. So that's the first thing before we start. So ano nga ba yung advocacy ko? I always wanted to help a lot of moms because I was raised by a single mom. And now when I when I started raising my own family, I'm married and I have two kids. I realized that hindi naman lahat magiging single mom. Akala ko magiging single mom lahat. However, dun sa plight ng single mom and dun sa children of single mom, there's one thing that, it always becomes a burden: money. And I don't think only single mom has got this problem. Even kids, they worry about money. Especially now in this pandemic, we are always worried about money. Saan tayo kukuha ng makakain? Saan tayo kukuha bilhin ng bigas? Saan natin kukunin ang lahat ng ito? So I have a question for you. Do you really go out there and, just to survive, manghiram tayo ng pera, kapitbahay natin, mangutang tayo? How does it work for you? Now, it's very easy for us to judge another person, no? It's very easy. It's human nature. We just think about another person's situation and make up our mind that that is what it is. But it's not as simple as that. So let me tell you a little bit about my circumstance. I didn't just live in the UK and say, okay, it's okay for you, Miss Lynn, because you are living abroad. It must be good for you, right? You must be having a good time. Or, okay, may pera ka naman dyan, may trabaho ka, and all the rest of it. Hindi ganun kadali yun, guys. Hindi ganun kadali. And personally, I saw yung maraming pera, and I saw yung walang-walang pera. So nobody could tell me anything different from what I already saw in my life. And lucky we had a breakup in the family. I would say that to my parents. So when they broke up and when they were just having babies, and ako yung one of them, and they couldn't get on, and one of them had to get another partner, the other one had to raise children by herself. I was one of the kids. So nobody could tell me na, oh, it's good for you, you have money, right? Because I saw how it is like to have nothing. So guys, I'm doing this from the perspective of balance, okay? And my invitation for you is, when we see somebody who's having a hard time, we can help them with just not judging, okay? I just, encourage everyone to do that. And this is not being righteous, because we don't know how people deal with certain things. So back to my purpose is, my purpose really is to help as many moms who are in their 40s struggling to make up, how to, they feel trapped about their career, they feel trapped about their finance, and at the same time they feel trapped having to be the best they can be for their children, or for their husband, or for their friends, or for their own, things that is important to them, that matters to them. So let me have your questions about money, because money is not everything, but it sure does closest to oxygen, right? And yeah, that's very true. Vic, you're saying something?
Yeah, GAVarkadz, our mentor, Ma'am Lynn, is actually asking kung may mga katanungan daw po kayo, pwede kayong mag-comment sa comment section. Okay? So kayo mahiya, if you have any question, if you have any thoughts about our topic, money, regarding the discussions later, so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Don't be intimidated to ask questions. Basta related sa money. So, pero ang sure ka ako talagang wala pong bigayan ng 10,000 dito. Wala si Willie dito. Wala. Walang 10,000. Pero, I think we will be talking about on how actually to, bahala na si ma'am. Ang hirap Englishin nun. So basta guys, we could ask questions about money, okay? About our topic this afternoon. Thank you so much. Ma'am Lynn, please proceed po.
So, okay, so obviously everybody would like to have a bit more money, okay? And if you look at this, there's a book called Think and Grow Rich, and Napoleon Hill will say pretty much everyone. So this is Napoleon Hill for you. Pretty much everyone who managed to learn, even at a young age, pag alam nila yung value ng piso, I don't know, sa atin ngayon, piso, no? When I was growing up, it was 5 centavos they give us, or 10 cents. Your 10 centavos, right? They give you. My parents used to give me, oh, here you go, 10 cents. And go to the shop and buy the limon. I used to remember this. Or bukayo. I don't know, meron pa bang ganun sa atin? So I sat in the corner shop and we...
Hindi po
Wala
namin alam.
Hindi alam ang bukayo? Grabe kayo.
Alam ko po yung bukayo, pero yung hindi ko po alam kung may mga sentimo po. Hindi ko po naabutan yun.
Ba't na sa ng mga tao pag binili. But I still remember, if I go to SM, meron pa rin sila maliliit na coins, right? Meron pa rin sila maliliit na coins.
Apo.
So, but now everybody's using cards. So pretty much the use of physical money, nababawasan na siya. So, where was I? I'm talking about growing up. So I used to remember that much. And I thought, my goodness, I wish I have more. You know, bata yan. But the more you learn how much you can buy chocolates, or the more you learn as you are growing as a kid, the more you learn na pag pala meron akong 10 piso, meron akong 20, meron akong 100, mas marami akong mabibiling tsokolate. As we get on in life, as we get older, mas nagiging na-amplify yung need natin or yung wants natin when it comes to money. Tama ba? Na-amplify siya eh. So, as we get older, we start, teenager, makakabili ako ng jeans, makakabili ako ng trainers, rubber shoes in the Philippines, makakabili ako ng maraming, mailabas ko siya, alam mo yun, yung bida ako. So, money elevates us to a certain level in such a way that para bang yung money na yun parang it makes us either, gives us the feeling of importance, di ba? Pag mas parang importante. So, human beings usually want money for many reasons. Of course, there's the immediate reason, which is para tayo mag-survive. Pero there's also the element of money and elevated being. So, di ba pag mas maraming pera, parang, dito ka maupo, tabi ka sa akin. Parang gano'n, di ba? Pero sila.
May pa-VIP. Pero pag walang pera, ay, dun lang po kayo muna, maghintay muna kayo. Wala pang available na po.
Yes. So, as we get on in life, we realize this more and more. Or mas malaki yung lupa mo, mas malaki yung bahay mo. And then to the point na it becomes an obsession for us, no? It becomes an obsession. So we train our children, this is the thing for us parents, we train our children to study very hard, study as hard as they can, and so they can sell their skills to the highest bidder. So the bidder could be hospitals, bidder could be petroleum companies, bidder could be, the teaching profession, or the law profession, and all the rest of it, or maybe politics, right? Because money, begets more money, and it's very critical that we train children understand all of these elements so that you can accumulate, right? For the purposes of accumulation. The problem is, it's not when we come to a certain state of our being, sometimes the accumulation will never be enough. It's never going to be sufficient. So when we are always thinking about just to accumulate, we're still on the survival mode. We're still on the survival mode because human being, when you're thinking about having to pay this, to buy that, you're still on survival mode. You're still on the basic needs of the human being. It's just bigger clothes. It's just bigger cars and more clothes, right? Or bigger house. So it's still talking about that basic, you satisfying the basic needs. And interesting because when we are stuck on the basic needs, we never actually grow to finding more needs or more fulfilling needs. Because sometimes this is what you'll find. You have a big car now and you buy a bigger car. How come happiness only lasts so long? How come? Pag luma na yung car mo, you needed another car. But that means hindi siya nakakasatisfy ng true happiness. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Have you noticed
Bagong
that?
cellphone, ganun.
Of course, mas maganda kung meron, di ba? So, but going back to the basic needs, meron tayong few things na kinakailangan. Hello, Rovan. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Where are you calling from? And it's Rovan S. Okay. And quite frankly, when we have to think about money, we think of accumulation, and thinking about accumulation in terms of satisfaction. The more we are satisfied, and we forget the other things. So, wala tayong questions ngayon. Wala tayong
Wala
question.
pa po.
Love
Masyado
question.
silang tahimik. Oo. GAVarkadz, pwede na kayong magtanong, no?
Magtanong kayo about cash.
Ambag-ambag din.
Alright.
Shout out. Ayan. Shout out ko muna, mami, yung mga bagong dating.
Yes,
Hello to VJ Astro Alcantara, ang pamangkin ni Ma'am Athena, of course. And shout out also to Ivory Tugnao and Ev Eda from the Lifers Group. Also, Manong Romel Mirador, Manong. Ayan. J. Mendoza PH. Ayan, napakarami po nila dito sa ating GAV page YouTube channel. To Ma'am Sharon. She is Ma'am Sharon actually. Rovan S. Ayan. From Bataan. And hello, VG Cash daw from CC Athena. Ayan. Yung grupo nating mga VG Cash. Ayan. Shout out everyone. Ayan. Pero pa ba akong nalimutan? Baka may magtampo. Ayan, balik-balik. Kay Wendelin Tapales, shout out, and also to Jobel Reynoso. Ayan, maraming salamat. GAVarkadz, magtanong na kayo. Eto na. May tanong na po si
How do you value money? Oh, what do you mean? How do you value money? How important is money?
Most probably.
How do you value? Gano'n ba ka-important yung money?
Paano natin pahalagahan? Pwede bang waldas-waldas? Ganun. Gastos ba ng gastos?
Okay. All right. Okay, good. All right. So how you value money? Okay. First of all, yung money kasi, money is just a tool, right? The more tools you have, the more you can do about your money. And it goes back down to, ano ba yung who are you? Who are you? And what is your stand in life? So somebody who's an entrepreneur, their job is they just keep on parang yung accumulate. Wala silang iniisip kundi mag-accumulate lang sila, right? From the point of view of entrepreneur. From the point of view of a mom, they want money so that they could spend for, sa pangangailangan ng family nila. Now, sometimes may mga tao na sabi, Diyos nyo na yung pera nyo. It's like, this is the only thing that matters to them. And then there are also some people that just keeps on giving away their money, right? Parang wala lang sa kanila. They just, okay, no problem. Kailangan mo eto, no problem. Kahit wala ako niyan, kahit maubos yun sa akin, okay lang, no problem. And parang ganun. So, ang value ng money is, it depends on the individual. And I always ask people, who are you? And then, whatever is the answer to that question, doon ma-work out mo ano yung stand sa kanila ng money. So if they are from the position of charity, they will always be charitable to other people. If kada may iiyak, magbibigay sila. Kada may nasasaktan, magbibigay sila. Kasi ganun yung ano nila, yung orientation nila. So it may not be just money, but for a lot of things. And whereas somebody who probably had hardship all their life and felt that baka maubos yung money, right? They probably don't want to let go of their money. Sabi nga nila, hindi yan magbigay ng piso, laglag yung ulo ng tao sa piso. There's a joke like that, right? Kahit matanggal na yung ulo ng sa piso, hindi siya magbibigay sa ng piso. It's because yung kanya relationship about money is kinakailangan para ba may bulsa sila ng pera sa kanilang balat, right? That's like, you struggle to let go of your money. And then how you spend your money. How you spend your money also is a manifestation of who are you? What is your stand in life? So generally, great teachings will always say something about in the line of you spend some for yourself, you save some, and then you give some away. That is the general philosophy of how to handle and to value your money. Because Sabi nga nila, how does it matter in life? Very much so. Yun na nga yung kanina sinabi ko about Napoleon Hill. The moment we learn how to spend money, the more we want money, and the more we're learning how else we can spend, enrich, and find our place in society. Because the more money you have, somehow we get elevated. Oh, mas marami yung pera. Pabayaan mo na muna yan. Alright? Parang ganon. Almost like, in some cases, they can do and have more freedom to do quite a lot of things. So, in terms of valuing your money, it's a mirror of your being. So how much you give away, how much you keep for yourself, how much you save up will have an impact. And then there's a ratio on that. Have you heard of the ratio on money, on how you could best spend? They say 70%. So you got 2 lots of 10%, 3 lots of 10%, and the rest is 70%. So the general ratio is 70% and then 10, 10, 10. So para saan sila? Para saan yung 10, 10, 10, and then the 70%? And some of you could relate to this. Now, whatever is your money that comes in, whatever is the money that comes in, kahit piso, kahit 100, kahit 1,000,000, if you follow the principle of the 70, 10, 10, 10, you will always feel in balance and in harmony with money. Okay? So let's just say we have, I don't know, 10,000 pesos, right? So let's just say 10,000 pesos is your income. I don't know what's the average income in the Philippines. So let's just say 10,000 lang yung 10,000 yung kita mo. 70%, you spend that on your rent, your food, your motoring, your communication. 70% lang siya. 70%. Hindi ka dapat sumobra doon. Why? Kasi meron ka pang 30% to distribute sa other mong needs. So far, so good with the 70%. Now, the other 30%, you split them into 3. So meron ka pang 3. So based on the 3 elements of the 30%, the 10% you save up, something that you're not supposed to touch at all. You save that up, all right? That is for your rainy days. The other 10% is for you to reinvest in yourself because you need to grow as an individual. Or you can use that as an enterprise. You can use that to do something to enrich you, to become more, to train you, or for learning. And then the other 10%, what do you think that would be? That'll be for your charity. And this is the reason why it's only this way. It's only this way. And this is for the parents, for the moms and dads, for the children. When we follow this principle, you will never ever feel that. Kasi ganito nangyayari, no? Bigay ka ng bigay, bigay ka ng bigay, bigay ka ng bigay, and then you will realize, naubusan na ako. And then nagalit ka na sa sarili mo, nagalit ka na din sa binigyan mo. So, because you exceeded your 10%. Whereas, kung ginastusan mo yung 70% mo na para sa sarili mo, and then the rest is yung 10, 10, 10, then you will never ever be out of balance. Now, I don't know in the Philippines, but I still believe that meron pa tayong mga workers or single who are still living with their parents, right? Now, in that case, in the Philippine culture, generally, during my time, nung bata ako talaga, I used to remember 3 generations will be living in the same household. Could potentially live in the same household. If not, kung may pera sila, they are in the same village and pretty much the land is owned by kung sino yung lolo, right? Usually it's like this. So magkakatabi lang din sila doon. So really, it's not necessarily living in the same household, but the resources of that family is allocated pretty much something in these lines. So yung tubo ng manggahan, yung tubo ng manan, parang parang bumabal sa tatay, or parang mga ganito.
Yan, and of course,
Napuputol yung
welcome
internet.
everyone.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Ayan, okay lang po, ma'am. Ayun. Ma'am, there's another
Okay,
question
so
here. Tagalog naman siya.
please.
Sige po, tapusin niyo muna
Thank
po yung ano niyo.
And so, yung 70, 10, 10, 10% is a general rule. By the way, you can create your rules, okay? Whichever is your heart saying, whatever your heart is saying to you, based on your mind and your heart alignment, it will always set you free. You will never ever feel na hindi ka nagbigay o hindi ka nakunan. And hindi ka nawalan or hindi ka madamot. So parating and money shouldn't be a sad thing, right? Money should be empowering. And it's so important to have that as a mindset. So kung nafe-feel niyo yung struggle and nafe-feel niyo yung wala, now I have 5 tips, practical tips so that hindi niyo mafe-feel na wala. All right? Kasi masasabi ko to with all my conviction because galing naman din ako, kahit naramdaman ko yung marami as a kid, naramdaman ko din yung walang-wala as a kid. And as an adult, I realized 2 things. I don't want to be nang wala. Kasi pwede ka naman na hindi eh. Doon ko natutunan ang how to become an entrepreneur. Natutunan ko. Sa tingin niyo po ba, anong pumipigil sa kabataan para mag-ipon? That's a very good question. Ano pong pwede niyo maibigay? Eto na yan sa mga bata. Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate your question. And in fact, I have 2 Gen Z in my household, right? And the only thing we teach them is how to, because my personal goal is to have my retirement before age 50. And I pretty much become retired in my 40s. So, sa katulad ko na Gen X, mahirap gawin yun kasi kinakailangan mong i-change your mindset mo 10 times para mag-create ng new philosophy. And so what we teach our children right now is to free themselves from the normal routine, and by age 30, because of the technology, by age 25 or 30, I think for my daughter by age 30 or 25, for my son maybe by age 30, because I think I find that boys, I'm so sorry about the boys and the girl mindset, of course this is not set in stone. I find that the girls mature faster. They can have conversation on these things faster, and with the boys they're a little bit more they don't want to commit to those kind of conversation. And so without prejudice to boys and girl gender, I'm just gonna say in general, if a child could learn how to master the 70-10-10-10 principle, they can retire by the age 25 to 30. And when I say retirement, that means you have freedom of choice to do whatever you like. I mean, it is wonderful to keep on working, and because you just like work. I mean, I love to work. I love to be with people and to be able to connect with people, and that's my kind of work. And so, ano yung advice? It's very, very important. And I have the 5 tips of advice. I always teach the children a few things. Never work for money. Don't work for money. But learn how to learn your passions and things that you're good at. And so it goes back down to mindset. If you step back a bit, you'll start thinking about mindset and limiting belief, catching yourself when you have limiting belief. And mindset means empowering yourself. How and why you can also have X, Y, and Z. Whatever it is that you set yourself to have. And definitely the young people of today, I don't know what age group or who is with us right now. I set my goal when I was 16 years old. I pretty much know what I wanted in my life, but I only had an opportunity when I was in my 20s. And so pretty much if I'm going to track back my own progress of being raised by a single mom and just really learning and knowing basic stuff, wala naman akong mentor, wala namang wala namang nagsabi sa akin, kundi just books and stuff. And I was, yes, learn how to make money work, but that's the most amazing thing. Money, learn do that, and it's really a lot of trial and error for me. And during that time, I was also raising my children. Okay, and it's the most wonderful feeling. And now my commitment now is to live a life of fulfillment. Yun na lang yung next kong goal, live a life of fulfillment by helping more individuals out there to actually do the same. Kasi pwede naman. Sino ba ako? Hindi naman ako anak ng isang Poncio Pilato. I'm just an ordinary person. So anybody could do the same. Talagang mataas ang conviction ko doon. And so far, over the last 10 years, I realized that as I go along, nakikita ko na yung simplicity of the philosophy is very possible for every single one. From as young as 14 years old. Because I'm 7 years old, I used to remember, I was told, and I realized this now as an adult, 7 years old already know ang right and wrong pretty much. And as we get to our teens, nasa-solidify lang yan kasi yung ating environment and other things and teachings, natuturuan naman natin yung sarili natin eh. And then by the time we're 16 and above, then we have more capacity kasi in our society, we're accepted na pwede na tayo magtrabaho officially, right? And I think in the Philippines, you can be employed by the age of 16, no? Tama ba? 16 years old, you can do that? Can you please?
Depende po sa ano yata, pero alam ko sa mga fast food chains, pwede po yata yun.
Yeah, so
Yung
16 years old, wala nang excuse, no?
Apo.
You have no excuse to work. So really, it's your philosophy. Why aren't you working? Oh, because mahirap lang ako, hindi nila ako kukunin ng interview. Oh, because maybe may disability ako, hindi nila ako kukunin ng interview. So again, it goes back to mindset. So the 5 tips, okay? So one of the tips I've already given away is try not to work for money. And I wanted to put it in a phrase where learn how to make money work for you. Maybe we can make it like that. Find a way how to make money work for you. And by the way, be careful with the statement. May caveat ha, but not at the expense of others. Okay, may caveat tayo. I used to remember, I've seen a lot of people, because kailangan mo ng pera. So, manghihiram ka, tapos, ang laki ng patubo. Almost, alam mo yung mga nakikilala ko na nagtitinda sa mga palengke, patubo nila na kinukuha. So, wala nating natitira dun sa tubo nila. Eh, bakit ka pa nagpahiram? Nakuha nyo yun? So, I don't know kung paano natutulog. I don't know kung paano natutulog yung nagpahiram. I don't know how. Really. Because at the end of the day, is how you sleep well at night, don't you? Maybe you can buy a good bed, but the quality of the sleep will be different. Seriously. You can buy a good bed and a nice house, probably in a nice, warm, or cold room because you're in the Philippines. In the UK, you want a warm place, a warm room. And you can have all this comfort, but that the quality of your life is different when you're not doing it from the position of giving and love. So learn how to make money work for you, but not at the expense of another. So that's number 1, okay? Number 2, be careful about your self-talk. Kasi yung self-talk natin, napakalaki ng impact niyan sa capacity to discover, to create, to be adventurous, or to try to take risk. Taking a risk. So, halimbawa, meron kang idea, magtitinda ako ng tsinelas. Oh, kunyari lang ha, magtitinda ako ng palamig. By the way, when I was a kid, I was selling palamig sa eskwelahan namin. Kasi yung teacher namin, kinakailangan namin bumili ng rugs, kinakailangan bumili namin ng maraming chalk, and bumili kami ng mga pangwalis. And I said to the teacher, bakit hindi na lang tayo magtinda ng palamig? Pumayag yung teacher. And that was an experience for me. Ako yung kumuha ng tubig, nilinisan ko yung timba, na sukal, tapos lagyan ko nung flavor, and then yung banana flavor, and then the food color. So it looks nice and plenty of ice. And I realized, that is such an enterprise. Ang laki pala ng tubo sa palamig.
Yes, opo, totoo yan.
And
Parang lugaw din.
parang lugaw, it's true. I didn't do lugaw, I did palamig. And I only did palamig purely because we needed to raise money for the classroom. So ako yung nagtimpla, ako yung mga classmates doon na bumibili, tapos nagtawag pa kami ng mga tao, yung mga ibang classrooms. So naka-raise kami ng pambili ng tambo, nakabili kami ng pambili, kasi hindi binibigyan ng ano yan ng school. I studied in a public school, and hindi nila binibilan yung rugs, yung mga kunang ganon, tsaka yung floor wax, no? So nakaipon kami, and then, so when you learn how to do these kind of things, then it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And this is not at the expense of another, because bibili din naman sila ng palamig, di ba? Doon sa canteen. So of course, nabala ng revenue yung canteen, but sorry. Okay. Okay? So, yung self-talk natin, napaka-importante. Napaka-importante. What is it that you tell yourself? And sometimes you need a good friend to bounce back ideas. Kasi kung you're just relying on yourself to tell you, then the conversation will be probably similar to what you had yesterday. It will be the same. Kasi it's Lynn and Lynn the same. And then the other stories that I put in my brain that makes it Lynn, right? So hindi na iba. But sometimes you need a good mentor, you need a good coach, so that they can show you your blind spots. And we all have blind spots, right? Diba, yung car natin, kaya tayo may side mirror tsaka may mirror dito so that we can carry on driving. Pero kinakailangan natin malaman yung mga hazards sa likod. And isa din natin napapansin. So the mirrors shows us our blind spots, especially when trying to park our car and so on and so forth. But we need to keep on moving. We can't be driving like this because then mababangga naman tayo. So the same way. Kaya kailangan natin yung blind spot. That's why we need mentors, you need coaches. And then the third one, I learned this from my grandfather. My grandfather used to say this, is the money the key to happiness? Well, depends. As I said before, it doesn't make, it's not, it may not buy all the happiness that you're looking for, but being broke won't be either. Most definitely. So let's go back to my granddad. And my granddad used to say, hello, Miles Salvador from Australia. Shout out to you. And so when we say you self-talk, then the third one is my grandfather used to say to me, Lynn, did you know, sa Pasko, di marami kang pera. Sabi ko, bibili ako ng ganito, bibili ako ng ganon. Sabi ng lolo ko, Lynn, did you know, yung nabibili, hindi yan nauubos. Hindi daw nauubos. So sabi ko, okay. Pero you know what, Lynn? What is it? My granddad is so amazing. He grew up in the war. He actually served during World War II. So I was so lucky. I still had an opportunity to be with him kahit short time lang, maybe a couple of years. But his wisdom stayed with me. Sabi niya, alam mo, ang pera, ang nabibili hindi nauubos. Kaso mo yung pambili mo, nauubos yan. And then so it remained sa akin. Yung nauubos, nga naman. Siyempre kung bibili mo na siya, ibibili. But I could look at it as a limiting belief, or I can look at it as an empowering belief. And so, I used it as an empowering, depends na lang sa perspective ko. Kasi kung I took it as limiting belief, then I will hold on to my money para hindi siya maubos, di ba? Parang yung tao na ayaw niyang maubos, ibinaon niya sa lupa para hindi talaga mauubos yun, pero hindi din niya nagastos. Parang may irony doon. So I said, okay, so it should be an empowering position and I will only spend enough using a certain formula. I didn't know the 7-10. I always say, do not spend the money. Okay, so yun yung isang rule doon. If you don't have it, don't spend it. And if you just have enough, you spend it using the rule, right? The ratio. So most of us sometimes finds ourselves in a position na bumibili tayo ng service or goods because kailangan na natin. I get that. Wala tayong bigas, makakain, bibili na tayo nun. Wala tayong pambili, nangungutang tayo. Pero ito yung certain position where sometimes abuse that situation. Sometimes, kailangan kong bumili ng mas magandang damit. Kailangan kong bumili, kasi yung kapitbahay ko, bumili ng refrigerator, bibili din ako ng refrigerator kasi malaki yung kanya, yung sa akin maliit lang. So, and even if we don't have enough money just to catch up, I call it catching up with the Joneses, you end up buying something which you probably need or don't need at that point, even if you don't have the money for it. So, if you don't have the money for it, the rules of the credit card company is to get you on credit. And this is something true about people who are abroad. And for you guys in the Philippines, I don't know those ones tuning in from the rest of the world other than the Philippines. When I was growing up in the Philippines, hindi uso yung credit card, right? Hindi masyadong uso yun. Pero uso na yung mga pautang ng cheque and stuff like this. When I arrived in the UK, there's a thing called MasterCard and Visa. And I used to always think that if I have a card with Visa or MasterCard, I made it in life, right? I said, I made it in life. I have Visa and MasterCard with my name on it. And as I learned finance, I realized these are all ways for them to keep the economy going. So even if you don't have the money, they assume of your credit worthiness until you prove them that you're on credit worthy. So papautangin ka nila until, right? Until makarami ka ng utang, so they give you your phones for finance, they give you your car for finance, and give, how much money do you need? Oh my God, Athena, this is just incredible question. This is an incredible question. How much money you need? But how much money do you need? If money is so important, how much do we need? So once you decide who you are, it will determine how much you want out of it. Some people will say, dito na lang ako. Dito na lang ako, sa bahay lang ako. I'll just be a housewife. And I was talking to a housewife one day. There's nothing wrong with that. She's a lady. She decided I'll be a lady of leisure. And I thought, fine, good. So she's just waiting. But she wants more things. So now you tell me how much that woman wants or need in order to fulfill the rest of what she wants. But she already made a decision. I'm not going to work. I'm just going to wait for the handout. Right? How much do I need? Am I going to become a philanthropist? If my goal in life is to feed 10,000 children, I need more money for that. I need to find an enterprise that could sustain that. Tony Robbins is doing a training on big groups, and his goal is just to feed millions of children in America. For some reason, these children doesn't have money to buy food in America. Right? And his goal is just to do this. So how much money do you, and the guy is already loaded. He can use his own money. Plus, he's still making an enterprise out of his need and his drive to feed more children. So how much money do you need? Who are you? I'll go back to who are you and what's your stand in life? What is it that you wanted to achieve? That will determine how much you want. I was just having a conversation with my husband this morning. I said, if I level up, I'm going to have X and then I can do X. He goes, yeah, think about X that you wanted to do, but also do what does it fulfill for you inside? And I thought, I haven't thought that far, but when I look back, is it going to be my ego? Is it going to fulfill my sense of fulfillment? Is it going to fulfill my pride? Right? Oh, yeah, because we do something to fulfill those inner needs, and sometimes you don't realize that that is the one. Sometimes, sometimes we give our people that we love. I'm not gonna say the names. People that we love, could be a friend, could be a relative, could be somebody close to us, not because you just wanted to give them, but it fulfills your desire of satisfaction. Every time you give, the human being is made up of love, and when we're giving, we're always fulfilled generally. And grabe, as a live streamer po sa Lazada na kumikita, yung tip number 3, grabe, nagbibigay po ng talaga realization sa akin. I didn't get it. What does it mean? I'm sorry, DMV Vlogs. Can you say?
He means that with the tip number 3 that you have actually, that you are discussing, na-realize niya kasi ma'am, every time na nakikita niyang may sale, so parang umu-order siya, bumibili.
Ganon.
Because live streamer siya sa Lazada po. So every time na mag-live stream siya, meron siyang 700 pesos yata in a week. So kung nakakaipon siya ng ganoong parang voucher yata, so pag sale naman sa Lazada, ibinibili niya rin agad. So parang wala rin siya naipon.
Okay, I get it now. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, young people make a lot of money. And if I made that much money when I was younger, I probably because I learned at the early age how to save money. At the early age. And the reason why I learned how to save up money is because I told you, my mom is amazing woman. And everything that I am right now, I owe it to her. And I used to remember because she doesn't know how, she wasn't employed. And then so she makes up her money on little enterprise. And I see that she could make it more, right? She could make it more, or she can save up more. But of course, malaki ang gastos ng may mga anak. Pakainin mo yon, bilhan mo ng damit niya or yung school stuff niya, di ba? So, even if you make some money, if you really, hindi mo alam paikutin siya, talagang mauubos siya kagad. And so, is it Vic? What's the guy's name who just put the note? I didn't write it down. I'm so sorry. What's that? What's the Lazada guy? What's his name?
David Mendoza.
David, thank you so much, David, for sharing that. You know what? If you follow, and if you're single, my invitation for you still living with your parents. By the way, I think we might overrun a bit today. If you're still living with your parents, you have to start thinking about the ratio. Okay, we can have more in-depth conversation after this, but think about the ratio, because in general, I will talk about the 70% that you need to spend for yourself. But if you're smart and you don't need to spend the 70% on rent, I mentioned about where you spend it normally. Siguro hindi ka naman nagbibigay ng renta sa tatay at nanay mo kung nakatira ka sa inyo. So, rent, communication, transportation, and others like food and your stuff, right? Yung personal mong ano. Generally, yun. Pero kung medyo adult ka na, meron ka pang insurance, meron ka pang kung ano-ano, dumadami yung 70% na iraration mo siya doon, right? And then the 30%, which is the other 30%, right? So you really need to find a way to go to the step number 4, which is you need to find a way that while you're working for your wages, your normal day job, you need to learn how to work for your fortune. And this is from Jim Rohn. So in a way, you are doing something right now which you get your normal income, whatever it may be, but you have to also learn something. If you're still a worker or employed, you have to find a way to make fortune on other things. Did I lose Sir Vic here? And it's very true. It's very, hang on, right. Athena, I think you have a message before this, but money has its own limitation too, and it can cause simple things in life fully, but not the spirit of innocence, wonder, and necessary. Money can give us talent, but not encourage to say. Right? Okay, that's a fair comment. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's why money is not everything. Closest, and I always refer back to people, to your being. Who are you and what you stand for? I also refer back to some people don't really want to have as much money. They just want to be, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We choose where we want to be happy. So, what makes Vic happy or Lynn happy will always be different from how Athena will be happy. What is in our mind and what is our philosophy? And yeah, and then tip number five. Try to learn something new every day. Try to learn something new. It could be because this is the 10%. How are you reinvesting in yourself? How are you investing in your self growth? And sometimes you don't need to learn a skill. By just learning philosophy and wisdom that truly affects your being and elevating you to the next stuff. Because when we have the mind and the heart coherence of what we stand for, money is just another tool. It's always just another tool. It's like your car, it takes you from A to B. And that's all it is, really. When it comes to money, it's just unbelievable. Money is not everything, and it doesn't make, it doesn't guarantee complete happiness, but it's sure closest to oxygen. If we need to know how to handle and use it to the best of our ability as a tool, and for the things that matters to us, it will make a big difference, guys. I don't know if you have. Did I miss any questions there? Sis Athena, did I miss one of your statement? I saw the last one. And you talk about innocence and fulfillment, satisfaction, and all that. Yes, totally agree. Some people they just they're quite happy being in life and being in action with life, and being free and not really concerned about too much of a numbers. They're not concerned about how many millions they have in the bank or what kind of car do they drive, or and so on. By the way, I don't have a car because I don't drive. But if I have to, then maybe I'll have to learn how to drive. I take the bus. I walk. I'm a walker. I like to walk. I can walk 10,000 miles, 1,000 steps without a problem. And so, guys, so I think that's our money tip.
Wow. Again, would you mind to please repeat, ma'am, our 5 tips about money?
Summarize
Yeah.
that. Okay. So first of all, it's important yung self-talk natin, ha. I think number one tip is learn how to make money work for you. I think it's in numbers here. Learn how to make money work for you, and but not at the expense of others, right? So ito na yung learning how maybe learning to make money while you're sleeping, all right? And then you can usually do this when you learn how to save up first and make make something out of your wages. You have your wages. You first start with your wages, really, unless you're an entrepreneur at an early age. And when you have to learn, by the way, I don't think I mentioned the four quadrants. And the book that you can refer to is Robert Kiyosaki. Maybe we can chat about that next time. Robert Kiyosaki talks about the 4 quadrants, and he mentioned about you being an employee, or you being a business owner, or you being a skilled worker, or you having an investment. And yes, money is very important in the economy, because that's how we measure the capacity to spend by individuals and by countries. We might have to go back to barter, by the way, because now we are now in a digital age, and it won't be long. It won't be long until everything will be zeros and ones, which means everything is by digital form. A lot of people are now using less and less money. I'm not sure in the Philippines how much of cash is being used by your economy, but more countries are now adopting cash line. So how much money and why it's so important is because it's the value of, it's how much spending capacity of that country. How much vaccine can you buy? How much oil can you buy? How much potatoes can you buy? Right? And America will probably trade for their soy and send it to the Philippines. I used to remember buying, well, in the school, we used to have wheat and flour, and this is given to us by the US. And I realized in the end that in as much as merong bukbuk siya, utang pa pala natin yun. So they send
Magagaling po yung mga,
something that we don't need, and we have to pay for it. That's the
yes.
irony of things, right? So, but hey, that's part of the economy, and sometimes it's not necessarily money, but it's a figure. It's a figure. And so learn how to make money work for you, and learn how to spend. Don't spend what you don't have. Also, learn how to be careful with your self-talk. So that's number 3. Learn to work for your wages while you're learning how to work for your fortune, and always learn. Always learn. Learning is such a is so important in the way it will impact our life. And there's so many ways you can access free learning. Now we have YouTube. YouTube is a free learning zone. So there's no reason why you can't. And I think, if you should just know how to use your resources wisely. I think the accumulation of wealth is faster than ever before. I've seen a lot of millionaires being made in 2020 in pandemic. I've seen that so much, so many times. So, money is just one of those things. So guys, if you really want more money talk, shout out to me. And thanks po, ma'am. Dami ko talaga. Thank you, Rovan. I think you're very kind to share that. Thank you so much. And I would like to use my abundance belief, and I'd like to accept that as a compliment. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Sir Vic,
Yes, ayan.
you.
GAVarkadz, ayan, palakpakan muna natin na ating mentor this afternoon. Ayan, we will be, we are very thankful for everyone na nandito ngayon. At to my Sisi Atinos sharing some question and some thoughts, of course. To David, ayan, alam mo na David, wag ka kasing order ng order porque marami kang voucher eh. So, pwede mo naman share sa amin, needs yung mga kami naman na mag-order, di ba? So, ibigay mo yung pang-charity mo sa amin. And of course, to Janus Azucena, shout out. And also to Rostin Cultura, welcome po. Miss Ivory Tugnao, thank you so much for coming over. But this time, GAVarkadz, with Ma'am Lynn, I would like to invite you with our next shows for the whole week. Ayan, invite namin kayong lahat. Ayan, so today is Tuesday. Later tonight, I will be having our mixed voices at 7 p.m. So let us join them, guys. We still have almost 1 hour to prepare. At sa mga magluluto, sa mga may magagawin pang iba, you could just make us as your background later at 7 p.m. with Ron, Rose, Sai, Izon, and Ryan. Ayan, dito pa rin yan sa GAV Community FB page, and this will be simultaneously live at Yantay TV YouTube channel and FB page, of course. And tomorrow morning ay Wednesday ba bukas? Oh, I forget na. Wednesday bukas, kapen pa rin sa umaga, kapen sa GAV, kwentuhan sa umaga. And of course, we still have our yes, okay. We still have our ang tawag dito, mga kasunod na show. Nawawala ako. Nagugutom yata ako. So, is Wednesday. So, join us at 4 p.m. with Mano and Yen. Ayan, sa ating Kantahan at Katuwaan, 4 p.m. It will be hosted by Sir Manolito Saldivar and Coach Hilian Yakpatgores. There are both from Dumaguete City. Ayan, mga dati nating special guests, they are actually referred and of course, pinakilala sa atin ng ating International Director for GAV UK, to my Sisi Atin Alcantara. At dumarami pa tayo GAVarkadz sa ating network, not only in the Philippines but also around the world. Wow. So, and of course, I will be at 4 p.m. and at 6:30 p.m. samahan natin ang ating mga young ones. Young ones? This will be tomorrow. Rhythm and Blues at 6:30 with Ate Weng, Sir Joseph and Miss Lorena. Madadagdagan po sila mamayang gabi. May edit na lahat ng banners. Ayan. Madadagdagan sila Jimwell from Cavite City. Cavite, hindi ko alam kung city yun. Sa lugar niya. Then on Thursday, that will be on Thursday, GAVarkadz, Kapen sa Gav Kwentuhan sa Umaga Special Edition. We will be having from London, UK, our special guest, ayan, GAVarkadz, Miss Johanna Jagong, ayan. She's a levitationist dancer from UK, yoga and Zumba teacher, also a nursery nurse, and a multi-medalist of the World Championships of Performing Arts in 2019. She is in fire dance, floating stick and modeling category. Hindi ko alam kung mag-floating stick to sa Webes, no? Pero isa pang announcement, we will be having a special raffle during that show. That will be on Thursday at 8 a.m. in the morning, GAVarkadz. At masusundan yan sa hapon ng alas 5 for great talks. Ayan. Also a special guest, an international guest also from UK pa din, Miss Michelle Green. Ayan. Michelle Green, beauty and spa therapist and an owner of the Pinoy Carinderia Catering Services from Cardiff, Wales in UK. Masarap sigurado yan kasi Pilipino, di ba? Pinoy Carinderia Catering Services. At may special raffle din dyan. GAVarkadz, alam nyo na. Lifers Group, alam nyo na gagawin na tinatabi ko ta inyo. Ayan. So, shout out everyone. So, ipamalita ang chismis. Ayan. To Rachel Esma, shout out muna and welcome. And of course, to Etelyn Dakutan, shout out. Ayan. Grabing mga guest ng GAV talaga, solid. Sabi ni David Mendoza. Alam mo yan. Ayan. Of course, thank you to our International Director for GAV UK, my Sisi Atin Alcantara. And guys, Rabishan, Biyernes, samahan nyo kami. Great morning, GAVarkadz, after ng kapehan sa GAV, ganito sa umaga, with Sir Manolito Saldivar, sasamahan niya ako. We have a special guest na couple. Ito yung mga, dun sa Messenger of Hope na yon. It's an award giving body dito sa Subic Bay area. We will be having our guest on Friday. Then sa hapon naman, alas 5 po ng hapon ng ating Happy Diva. Ayan, so napakarami po nating show talaga sa GAV. And Saturday, join me, GAVarkadz, sa umaga, kapehan pa rin sa GAV at alas 8 ng umaga. Then 4 p.m., let us join our bagets. Yung mga bagets natin at saka mga, ang tawag dito, chikiting. Ayan. Si McCoy, Eloisa, Fanny, Yuan, and Brianna. At meron din silang palaro dyan. Paroleta din. So may palaro sila. Weekly din yan. Then at 6:30 p.m., samahan natin ang napakatakaw. At ang review master natin, Ma'am Jerry. Nakakagutom yung show na to. Kasi may mga food reviews, alam nyo na. So ako'y naiinis sa kanya lagi. Sinasabi ko yan. Nakakainis ka lagi. Susundan niya ng Sabado Kwela na umaabot hanggang hating gabi. Naku, ewan ko ba, ba't hating gabi sila natatapos. Sobrang saya nila sa kanilang kwentuhan. Good vibes. And on Sunday, inaabangan po natin on Sunday na umaga kung nandun pa rin tayo sa Taza Filipino Cuisine and Cafe. At alam ko nandun tayo, so abangan nyo po yun. We will feature again their food and their coffee, of course. And then sa linggo ng hapon, meron po tayong Around the World with GAV. Wow! At alam nyo ba ang ating special guest? Ayan, mula pa sa Germany. She's a soprano. Wow! Gaganon yun, sigurado. Sigurado yun, magbibigay siya ng sample sa linggo GAVarkadz. Alas 5 ng hapon, ayan, Philippine time. Miss Karina Benacazar, ayan. She is the 2019 Senior Grand Champion Performer of the World, Senior Vocalist of the Year, and Silver Medalist in Acting on the 23rd World Championships of Performing Arts held in USA. And since 2012, she is a member of the Ensemble for Medieval and Renaissance Music at Harmonia Variabilis. Ayan, ang hirap magbasa ng ganun, baka mali. Ayan, 5 p.m. yan. That will be on Sunday. Hindi ko pa siya nasasabihan ng special raffle. Nahiya ako kasi hindi siya Pilipino. Pero didiskartehan ko yung GAVarkadz. Ayan. Hindi ko kinakaya yung powers. Ayan. Hello daw to Ma'am Miles Salvador from Ma'am Lynn Malaluan. Si Ma'am Miles po talaga ay masugid na rin nating viewer mula nung nakasama natin siya with Sir Glenn Snyder from California, USA, one of our special guests. Hello also to Jubilin Samyon. Ayan, maraming salamat sa like at pag-share. Thank you so much and God bless you, Jubilin. And guys, after nyan, we have the Sunday Kantawanan. Ayan, at 8 p.m. dito pa rin sa GAV. Ayan. With Kiko, Makoy, Tek, and Jomi. O, diba? Magsawa kayo talaga sa mga shows natin. Sinasabi ko sa inyo, we have 13 plus 7, 20, 23 shows in a week. Tama ba ako? Oo, dito sa GAV. Ewan ko ba, madadagdagan pa yan. Hintayin nyo lang po, oo. At lalo na pag nagbukas na yung studio ni Sis Athena dun sa kanilang bagong palasyo dun sa Bristol, magkakaroon na po ng UK based na programs natin sa GAV Community and GAV Page YouTube channel. So malamang madaling araw yon, hating gabi. Kasi syempre UK time, di ba? Di ba Sis Athena, no? UK time tayo with the upcoming. Malay natin sa April magsimula na yon. Di natin alam, di ba? Ayan. So Sunday, ayan, pag Lunes naman po, alam niyo na, kapihan pa rin at Great Morning GAVarkadz and the night vibes. Ayan, ating Mama Bear Needs, Papa Kawala Bear David and Cutie Bear Rohan. Mondays. Ayan, pag Tuesday naman, ayan, nandito na nga kami ni Ma'am Lynn, o, di ba? Ayan, so kasama ko si Ma'am Lynn ngayon, GAVarkadz, at ang ating topic sa susunod na Martes. Hulaan nyo nga. Hulaan nyo. Pag may nakahula, may 500. Diyos ko po. Ma'am Lynn. Ayan. Thank you so much daw, sabi ni Ma'am Lynn. Siyempre, thankful din kami ng sobra-sobra sa iyo. Diba? So, ipopost ko lang ating topic next week. Huwag na kayong manghula. Baka ma-500 pa ako. Wala po akong pangabon. Ayan. Type ko lang kaunti. Topic for next week. GAVarkadz, ang topic natin for next week ay... Hulaan nyo nga. Char lang. Magkakamali tayo dito. Ang topic next week ay eto na. Charan! Topic next week is confidence. O, diba? Now you know, guys, ha? O, alam nyo na. Topic natin next week, GAVarkadz, is all about confidence. Malay nyo, pag may confidence talaga tayo, pwede tayong kumita ng pera. Totoo naman yun, diba? Diba, Ma'am Lynn, no? Pag ang tao walang confidence, malamang hindi yan kikita ng pera. Oo. Kailangan natin ng confidence, tiwala sa sarili, at kapal din ang mukha. Ganun. At yung tinatawag natin, diba? Full of confidence yun. Yung makapal ang mukha. Thank you so much, of course, to my Sisi Athena GAVarkadz. Kung wala itong si Sisi Athena, wala tayong mga international na guests. Alam nyo ba? At wala din itong ating kasamang mentor every Tuesday ng 5 p.m. si Ma'am Lynn Malaluan na punong-puno ng mga bagay-bagay na isinishare. Oo, di ba? Hindi ko nga alam kung next week magpaparapol kami. Malay nyo, magparapol si Ma'am Lynn, di ba? O sa mga viewers, shower out. Exciting times ahead, o di ba? Soon, GAV UK, sabi ni VJ naman. Ayan, we have, yes. Ayan, sino to? Nightbot, kumusta ka naman? Hello to Edgar, Jerusalem. Nakapunta ka na ba ng Jerusalem din? Oo, wow, 23 shows in a week. Opo, at 13 dyan ay sa akin. 13, di ba? 13 shows sa akin pala yun. Nakatoka, di ba? Alam niyo na. Ayan, sis. And GAVarkadz, kung may mga tanong kayo, no, pwede niyo na akong i-chat. Kung may mga tanong kayo regarding our topic next week, okay, para naman makapag-prepare yung ating mentor, si Ma'am Lynn Malaluan, okay? So, mag-question kayo about our topic, confidence. So, yung mahihirap, oo, Englishin nyo pa kung gusto nyo, Italiano, ganun. O kaya naman, ano bang salita dyan, ma'am, sa UK? English lang, no? British English, right? Ayan, so huwag na Italiano, guys. Ilocano na lang. Okay? So, sabi ni Ma'am Lynn, you could actually connect with Ma'am Lynn also on her FB. Ayan, Lynn Malaluan on Facebook. And you could send directly to her your questions. Okay, wag na pala sa akin. So i-add nyo na si ma'am, pwede na kayo magtanong, pero wag kayo na tungkol sa confidence. So, okay, mag-send lang kayo ng tanong. So yung sagot, abangan nyo next week, okay? And shoutout also to Miss Ami Adrales, dancer, Gab. Maraming salamat. Ayan, so next week, our topic is confidence. Yan. So GAVarkadz, maraming salamat. It's already 6:20 at doon naman ay alas 10:20 ng umaga sa London. At alam ko naman, baka nagluluto na ngayon yung supportive husband ni Ma'am Lee noon. Kanina nakita ko siya sa backstage, di ba? So nakakatuwa daw tayo yung mga pinagagagawa natin dito, sabi niya. Di ba? GAVarkadz, so don't be afraid, don't be shy, and don't hesitate to send your questions. You can send it directly to Ma'am Lynn Malaluan on Facebook o sa ating GAV Community FB page. Wag na po sa messenger ko. Ang dami ko po hindi nabubuksan sa messenger. Napakarami po talagang. Ayan. Ayan. May nagtatanong, wala ba daw bang raffle? Next week na lang, GAVarkadz, kasi baka abutan tayo ng oras po natin ng kasunod na show. Gusto ko yung mga nagchat-chat na ganyan. O, di ba? May parapol ba? Ayan. Wag naman natin masyadong kinakantsawan si Ma'am Lynn. Baka mamaya may grand raffle next week. Di ba? Give us idea.
I'll consider that. I'll consider it.
Di ba? GAVarkadz, sarinig nyo next week. Maaga ba? Walang malilate. Ang malilate, di kasama. Give us ideas what you want us to cover. So, next week, GAVarkadz, you could actually parang mag-suggest kayo ng topic na gusto nyong pag-usapan natin na pangungunahan ng ating mentor, hindi po ako. Ano lang ako, taga-shoutout, taga-facilitator, basta moderator, ganun. So, GAVarkadz, so, don't be shy, always, open tayo sa ganyan. Ma'am Lina, thank you so much for your time spent. Alam namin na napapaaga ka ng gising tuwing Martes para sa ating GAVarkadz, sa aming lahat. So thank you so much. Of course, sa Ivory Tug na basta ako kahit walang raffle, lagi ako natamsak, Sir Gab. Nakakaiyak ka naman, Ivory. Thank you so much. Alam ko naman yung Lifers Group. So once again, this is your host. I'm Vic Gab Capulong. At ang ating mentor, Ma'am Lynn Malaluan, all the way from London, UK, na nagsasabing, ano bang gusto mo sabihin, ma'am? Ma'am Lynn, do you have any final words for our GAVarkadz?
Of course, I always encourage people, everyone who's tuning in today or hear this message, that you have the power to create your life today. And it's for today to be present, not tomorrow. Whatever happened yesterday is a history. That's why it's past. And tomorrow, we don't know it's going to be a mystery. We don't know what's yet to come. And today, that's why it's a gift. So that's why it's called present. So we have to be present in life. And if you want to know more about your health, your finance, your career moves, make sure you shout out. Put us, send us your comments, your suggestions of topics you want covered. And we're just happy to indulge you in the conversation. We'd love to see you soon and bring in more of your friends. You guys.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ma'am Lynn. GAVarkadz, so hindi ko naman natatagalugin yun. Naintindihan nyo, nasanay na tayo sa mga English speaking nating mga guests, mga speakers, so alam nyo na yun. So see you once again, GAVarkadz. Next week, our topic is confidence. At next week na po yung parapol. Naku, abangan yan. Hindi ko alam kung ilang milyon yung ipaparapol natin. So, hintayin na lang natin, okay? So, isisend na lang ni Mama Lynn yun ahead of time. Okay, ahead of time, mga 3 days before. So, maraming salamat, GAVarkadz, and thank you to Gav Peace. Thanks for watching GAVarkadz, of course, and from Gav Community, and from Gav, Joseph Mendoza page, FB page. Maraming salamat. This is once again your host, Vic Gab Capulong, together with our mentor, Miss Lynn Malaluan from London, UK. Maraming salamat. And thank you so much from Ma'am Linda Adnil. Hello, Ma'am Linda. Thank you so much for always listening and coming with us and joining us on our show. God bless, GAVarkadz. Maraming salamat. Stay happy. Happiness is a choice. So let us choose to be happy always. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Musika ang hanap mo, huwag nang lalayo pa. Lahat ay nandito, pati trainings mo, my friends ka pa. Wala nang hahanapin, tatlong letra piliin, sundin mo ang pangarap mo. Halika na piliin, tulungan ka namin, abutin mo ang pangarap mo. Ganyan kami sa GAV, isang pamilya, isang musika. Ganyan kami sa GAV, wala ka na talagang hahanapin pa. Wala nang hahanapin, tatlong letra piliin, ikaw mo ang pangarap mo. Halika na't matuto, sundin ang iyong puso. Ikaw mo, ikaw mo, ikaw mo ang pangarap mo. Mag-enjoy ka pa sa mga moments mo pag nandirito ka. Habang nagvo-vocalize o natututo ng instrumento, wala nang hahanapin, tatlong letra piliin, sundin mo ang pangarap mo. Halika na piliin, tutulungan ka namin, abutin mo ang pangarap mo.